Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Clarice. I am so excited that you're joining me today. For those of you who don't know me, I am a former NFL cheerleader, a Navy spouse, and I work in finance in downtown Seattle. Today I am finally taking you guys on a tour of our new apartment. No, it's not really that new. I know we've been living here for a while. I think the last video where I talked about us moving was, well, from this point that I'm filming, it was like a little, maybe 5 weeks ago, and then by the time I get it edited and published, it'll probably be 2 months. So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna say it's been about 2 months since we've moved in. It's taken us quite a while to get settled in. There were a lot of things that were happening behind the scenes. I thought I was gonna be able to get this apartment organized and filmed like a week after we moved in, but who was I kidding? Like, things were just not going according to plan. It never does. So here I am finally giving you guys the tour of our new apartment. For those of you who have not been following along on our journey, Wyatt and I moved here a little over a month ago after living in the Seattle proper area for a couple of years. We were living in Ballard. After spending, a few years in Seattle, we decided it was time to up and move, so we decided to break our lease. We just were not comfortable with the situation over there. As you guys know, most of the big urban areas have been growing significantly dangerous, and it was just not something we were willing to risk. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about that story, I'm going to link the video here so that you guys can hear how that moving process went. Yeah, it took us, about a month to get everything settled in, cleaned up, and ready to film. I think the most exciting part of the move was I finally got to furnish the apartment. I had furnished all the places I had lived in prior to living with Wyatt. Just a little background on our story. Wyatt and I had met when he was stationed in San Diego, so that's where we actually began dating. And then several months into dating, he ended up being assigned orders up to Everett, Washington. So he decided to live in Seattle because Seattle's only a 45-minute commute from Everett. Anyway, so we were long distance for a little bit, and a few months into being long distance, I decided to apply for my dream job, and it just so happened that was located in Seattle, Washington. So I applied for the job, I got it, and Wyatt and I at that point decided to move in together. So since he had already left, I didn't want to deal with packing up a U-Haul or paying a moving and shipping company. Knowing that, with the military, you are only at your next set of orders for 3 to 4 years. And at that point, I think he was already about almost a year in or something like that. So I thought, you know what, it doesn't make sense, especially because we travel a lot. I thought to myself, I'm just gonna sell what I can, pack up the few things I knew I didn't want to get rid of, put that into storage, and then go live with Wyatt until we get married and we get our next set of orders. And I decided, if we get extended in Washington State, I would just pay a moving company at that point. That's an expense we were willing to pay. Or, if we got orders elsewhere to Virginia Beach or Jacksonville, I thought we will deal with moving the stuff at that point, because also, after getting married, we're looking at growing our family, and so we are looking at living in spaces that are a little bit bigger. So those decisions made sense for the time. Anyway, so I ended up moving into his place with his furniture and his decorations, and it was a little bit tough because it just didn't feel like my space. So when we moved out of Ballard, we decided to redecorate the apartment so it could feel a little bit more like my space. Now, I didn't do a full renovation or anything. Wyatt's invested in a lot of good pieces of furniture. So I basically redesigned our bedroom, since those were the things that he wasn't really invested in. He had bought, his dresser was from eBay or something for super duper cheap, and it was already on its last leg. Every time he'd moved, he was waiting for it to just fully fall apart because I'm not kidding. I think he had taped a drawer back together. So I told him now that we're moving, we can leave it behind and it's time to, you know, invest in the furniture for us. So I'm excited to share our apartment with you. Let's do this. To start us off, this is the entryway. So we had this coat rack at the last apartment we were at, so we decided to keep using it because we actually really do need to use this. It's so helpful for like storing Maverick's leash and stuff. Maverick, you're in the way. Come on, scoot over, girl. Wyatt's shoe rack is over here minus my rain boots. And then I love this that we installed this. It's like a hanging thing for our keys and a shelf so we can put our pictures. And in here we just have some little knickknacks that we could, you know, use every day. But before we go on, let me show you. This has to be one of my favorite parts of the apartment, and it's not used as I think intended, but we made it work for us. So up here we have a coat rack hanging for, well, my winter coat, and then Wyatt just hangs his flight suits up here because there's kind of no place to hang it up in the bedroom. So, and our in-unit washer dryer, as you guys saw on the empty tour, and our cleaning supplies. And up here it's ugly, but we've got some storage bins of, I don't even know what's in there anymore. I don't know why we have it up there. But this has become a gigantic pantry / storage closet. It is intended to be a storage closet. Obviously, like it has the hanging rack here, or maybe a second closet. I don't know. So we've taken advantage of that as far as like hanging our coats here. But then if you notice, if you've seen our videos before, this is the bookshelf that was in our office area, and we repurposed it as a pantry for the closet because we, as you'll see in a little bit, our kitchen has no storage space. So we basically decided to turn this into a pantry so that, you know, we could take advantage of that. But yeah, we got toilet paper and paper goods pretty much up there. We've got some plastic Tupperware, you know, extra spices and stuff, and, you know, storage for fruits and vegetable. Well, most of the vegetables I think are in the fridge. These are our grocery shopping bags. And then other groceries are reusable water cups and stuff stay in here, as well as our carbohydrate products. And then down there is pretty much Maverick stuff. And I haven't actually loaded her new dog food into the dog food bin because there's still some of the old kibbles left. So I'm working on mixing that into her diet so that she doesn't get an upset stomach. And then back and underneath here is, well, this is a towel to clean off Maverick. This is a wagon that we use to go get packages from downstairs, or we decide to walk to the grocery store because we do live like a quarter of a mile maybe from Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. It might be less than that, but we could walk to the grocery store, so we use that. That's why it's carry-on luggage. And then that back there, those bags are our snowboarding gear, which we actually need to get out because we just found out the mountain officially opened. So we're hoping to go skiing out there or snowboarding out there for New Year's. This is the flight vest that Wyatt wore when he was flying the helos. It's so heavy. I swear to God, that thing is like 30 pounds. So I can't pull it out here and show you guys because I don't think I can lift it with one arm. It's really heavy. And then more cleaning supplies. So that is what we ended up doing with the entryway closet. And over here is our kitchen. It's pretty small. I think I showed you guys this when we were initially touring apartments. But this is our dishwasher, sink. Under the cabinet, it's just cleaning supplies, trash bags, those sort of things. And then this is where we prep food. It's next to the cutting board. And here we have utensils in the top drawer, our knives, plastic storage bags, and then Down here is our lunch boxes and our glass Tupperware, because the plastic ones, as you guys saw, is in our storage closet, pantry closet. And in here we store small appliances that I just don't like having things out. So I tried to put most of it away. I kept out more like what we use every day because it's annoying taking it in and out of the cabinet. So those are the things we don't use like every day. And I love this board. We decided to display Christmas cards, save the dates, thank you notes, just any correspondence that we get from friends and family. And then over here is the cooking area. So, all right, I will start up here. This is our right cabinet. It's got spices. I did this a long time ago, actually, before Wyatt and I lived together. Believe it or not, I thought this was a necessity to pack when I moved to Seattle. It's our everyday spices. I keep all the extra ones in the food pantry. And then this is just mitts, our tortilla warmer. These are cooking pans and a cutting board and our Dutch oven. And over here, we've got other important tools. Most of them came from our registry. Down here, more pots and pans. Boring, boring, boring. I have tools to organize all of this, but it's in storage with a lot of other important things. And then up here, prep bowls, baking pans, you name it. All right, this is our MTV Cribs moment. Our fridge, it's not that beautiful, honestly, but I do love, this is my first time living somewhere with the like freezer drawer and the fridge like on top. So I do love that. Nothing special with the freezer. So like I said, boring, boring. We're not as organized as MTV Cribs. Now on to the office area. So as you guys can see, I think this area here is supposed to be like a dining area, but due to the furniture that we have, we decided to turn this space into the office area. We tried to fit it in the bedroom and it was just not happening. So, and also we've got such a gigantic couch, which I'll go over there in a minute and show you everything. So we turned this dining space into the office area because this is the priority right now between me working from home a few days of the week and then also trying to work on my business during the weekend. We had to fit the space in here, but I'll go over all of this in a second. Let's talk about the Curio Cabinet. So Wyatt had actually gotten this cabinet before we even met, and initially he was using it to store like alcohol, so it was almost like a large bar cart. I don't know what to call it, but when we moved here, because we have such limited kitchen space, I decided to utilize the Curio Cabinet to display our dishes, and honestly, I really like it. This cabinet is not my style, but I made it work, and it's something I've fallen in love with. So, nothing special. Just here's the top shelf. Oh, I love these. I always keep these candlefish jars. I actually use them at our wedding. On our cocktail rounds to put like flower buds in, but these are flowers I use for my stationary business photos. So I keep all my candlefish jars because they're just so adorable, and I could always use them to store flowers in or whatever, pens, you name it. This is more stuff, mostly from our registry. More stuff from our registry. Ooh, it's dusty, sorry about that. And then in here, top drawer is koozies. This is bottle openers and wine stoppers and a narrator. These are beautiful steak knives. And then this is a cheese cutter, and down here is like my coffee and tea storage because I thought it made sense to have that there with the coffee station over here. Moving along. More stuff from our registry, just an excess of stuff that just couldn't be displayed, and then a roasting pan because we don't use that every day, just special occasions. And then over here is actually where we store the alcohol and some poly bags for when I have returns. And then I love this chip basket. So hopefully we'll get to use that once the weather gets warmer. We do have outdoor patio space in this building. So now on to the office, the informal office, I guess. I apologize for how messy it is. I really hate when there's cords everywhere and there's too many things out, but this is the necessity and this is how it has to be while I'm working. So when I'm working my 9 to 5, that's the laptop that comes with me everywhere. And obviously these are on when I'm working, but it's the weekend, so. And then when I am in stationary business mode or whatever, doing other personal projects, editing videos, my personal laptop goes up and that's what I do, I work. I do have 2 iPads. I initially was going to trade that one in to get the new one, but the value was so low, I thought I would keep it as, hi Maverick. I thought I would keep this iPad either for my future children to use, or I actually really use it to watch YouTube or whatever during the day, or, you know, that kind of stuff. Down here, I hate how messy this is, but we have no choice right now until we live somewhere where I can actually dedicate space to an office. So this actually kind of broke, so that's why it's missing a top, but it stores like all my stationery supplies, so like samples, wax, extra ribbon spools, etc. You name it, I had to put it somewhere. Actually an excess from the wedding, which I will use in the business. And then the top drawer is actually office supplies, and it is not organized very nicely. It's all just kind of like thrown in there. This is important paperwork. And then part of my stationery business is storing all the important products. So these are papers that I am going to use, or I have used for Day of Stationery. Up there is like my calligraphy pens and sets and stuff. And sorry that the sun is coming in so brightly there, but, and then I'm gonna come around so you can see the other side. So it opens up back here, which if it was up against the wall, I wouldn't get this luxury, but every nook and cranny is valuable space to me. But these are envelopes. These were from the Christmas cards I just made. I don't know if I'm going to do Christmas cards in the future, but these are excess supplies really from the wedding that I can use to practice on or whatever. And then there's my excess supplies of like invitations and Christmas cards and stuff. So that's that area. Let's move on to the living area. So this couch was also bought before Wyatt and I started dating. He bought it, I think, on his first deployment. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's his first deployment because I think he's only been on 2 and he's set to go on a 3rd one soon. But when he bought his beach condo, he needed to, or wanted to, like, I guess, furnish it. So it was the second place that he had purchased in his life. And I think he was like moving into the whole, I'm gonna live on my own. I'm going, you know, in my late 20s, and so he started furnishing it very, very nicely. So I was really impressed actually when I visited him with this couch. So it's a like semi-custom design couch. It's super, super nice. It's, you know, this fantastic leather. It's gotten beaten up from the dog, unfortunately, but it's working for us and we love it. And the rest of this furniture actually really is his. Like I said, I was able to refurnish the bedroom, but it's really hard to ask him to get rid of all this nice furniture. But we probably will redo a couple of things when we move again. So let's start over here. This is our achievement cabinet. I honestly, I don't know what else to call it, because, you know, you get gifted all these nice things from like your companies or whatever that you work from, and you're like, well, at this point, we're in a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm like, where do I put this? Also, that's me. Hi. Okay. And so you're like, where do you put this stuff? So we just decided to put it on display in this thing. This is a vintage record player that Wyatt got. Wyatt loves vintage furniture. He's very into mid-century modern. I can't open this right now, but I think this side opens up to the record player, and then I think you store them underneath on this side. These are like sliding things, but we decided to display some of our cool things. This was a gift from his squadron when he left and moved up here. And then I love this because every naval aviator gets one of these. It shows what his what like vessel he flies, And then this was his helmet from when he was in the squadron, and go Clemson Tigers. And then this is my football. I mean, I have all my NFL cheerleading stuff at home, but this is like the one thing that I just, you know, it's gifted to every captain on the team. And so this is the one thing I was like, I don't want to put it on storage. I actually want to bring it with me. So I decided to bring this to Seattle with me, but the boots and palms are still in storage in San Diego. And then this is our TV. So I do have a bigger TV, which we will be replacing. This will eventually go into like the bedroom or an office or something, and then we'll be replacing it with my TV, which is in storage. And then this is our view. And I actually really love this chair. It's super, super comfortable to sit in. I forget what it's called, but Wyatt also got that before he met me. And back here is just a bunch of junk. We love our Yeti cooler, but like we literally don't have the space to store it. So it's just, junk is literally just going back there for now because I don't know what to do with it. And then up here, I love this map. I think it is so cool. It's like an aviator's map. So, I mean, honestly, anyone can use it. You can mark any place you visited, but Wyatt uses this to identify places he's actually landed in. So he took these red push pins and it shows you every place he's actually flown to and landed in. I don't know what the blue one's for. Oh, you know what? Just kidding. The blue one is marking home. Yeah, it's supposed to be pinned on Charleston, and then he's got some out here too. You know, being in the Navy, when do you not land in like Guam or Japan? So that's that one. So that's pretty much our living room. Nothing too special, right, Wappy? Moving on to the bathroom and the bedroom. So, quick pit stop in the hallway. This was a project in itself. I know that seems so pathetic, but the reason it was is because Wyatt originally got this as the desk he was using when we were living in Ballard. And at that time, it worked for him because the only thing he needed a desk for was school. He clearly doesn't have like a 9-to-5 desk job. He's a Navy pilot and he doesn't work from home. So when I moved in, that desk didn't work with this amount of crap. So we ended up buying the desk that is behind me, and we used this in the old apartment as like an end table, I guess. And so we would just use it to like store whatever we needed at that time. But when we moved in here, we decided he does not want to get rid of it. So I decided to use it like as an end table or like an entryway table in our hall. So that's exactly what I did. Doesn't quite match my decoration, but I made it work. It's okay. I got our wedding photos framed. They're like the preview photos. Because I thought I was going to film this apartment tour a lot sooner. So these will be getting redone because we got the updated gallery. So I have all the photos now, so now I can finally replace all of those. And then here, we are very intentional about the books we put on display. They either, well, for the most part, I typically don't like to just pick something because of aesthetics. So I got this from Anthropology. It's, I think, a cookbook for New York recipes. Wyatt loves The Count of Monte Cristo. And then my best friend, Christina, who you guys have seen on my vlogs before, got me this very Charleston book because I love Charleston, and also Wyatt's from Charleston. So this book was actually really entertaining. A lot of cute little drawings. So I really love that book. So we decided to put those on display here. And then as you guys saw in the Petite Keep boxing, I displayed our wedding invitation, which is in here. It's like the full suite. And that was our coin holder. And then that's a photo of me and Wyatt before his second deployment, because we met in between his first and second deployment. So this was him getting ready to leave. And I also put the patch that was in my dress over here because I need to get the like Velcro put back on it so that he can use it again. I don't know if he will need to, but anyway, I need to just get it done. And then down here we have some blankets for any guests to use, and then our Petite Keep trunk, as well as a sample of our welcome box because it never got photographed, so I ended up having to do it up here. All right, let's check out the bathroom. So here it is now, all decorated. Over here we installed these, like, I guess floating shelves to store some of our toiletries. Most of Wyatt's are all gone because he is traveling, but there's like all of mine. I love these erase makeup towels. They really get everything off. And then, yeah, most of Wyatt's stuff is gone because he is away, but here are the drawers. So this top one is mine. I love these. I've been using these organization like plastic bins, oh my gosh, for like 10 years now. So I bought a few more just to complete this one. And then Wyatt, like I said, doesn't like to be organized, so no plastic bins for him. This is his stuff. And then this is more of my stuff. This doesn't really fit that ideally. My sister just got me these plastic bins for Christmas, so I might use them somewhere else and buy smaller ones, but it works for now because that was originally what I was intending to do, was to store all the hairbrushes there, but now it makes it difficult for the curlers and the straightener to fit in here. And these are my extensions from when I was an NFL cheerleader. And then underneath here, it's just cleaning supplies. This is our retainer cleaner, and just, yeah, my travel bag and other stuff. This is my like travel box. So anytime I need travel size stuff, it just goes in here. And this is what I use when I travel. And over here is the toilet, and I decided, as you can see, it's a very spacious bathroom, but it's got limited storage space. So we bought this shelf from Amazon, and of course I put it together. So of course it got installed backwards. It's not supposed to have this like side exposed. It's supposed to be a finished side, but whoops. That's what happens when I do it and Wyatt's not home. But that is storage shelf. And then this is the shower. This curtain is from Target, and I bought it years ago, so I do wash it every so often to keep it clean, because you can just wash it. It's cotton. And this is the shower caddy, and I bought like a coordinating shower tray because we couldn't fit all of our stuff. So this is Wyatt's, and then those are all of my products up there. I do want to point out, we did replace the shower head, and we added a filter in that corner up there, and it's made a gigantic difference with our skin and our hair to have that. I don't know what it is about the Washington water, but our hair and our scalps were just not having it. All of a sudden, both of us got dandruff at the same time. So we really love having the water filter now. We've seen significant improvement, not just with our hair, but our skin as well. And then also the shower head, we loved replacing that. So that is the bathroom. Finally, my long-awaited project that I've been wanting to share. It's really nothing super special, but it felt really good getting to refurnish and redesign our bedroom space. It is where I hang out the most. When you enter here, we got a gold canopy bed, and over here is our dresser. So I'm going to shift this way so you can see my little if you guys have seen my pack with me's before, I use a garment rack, and the garment rack I previously had when we were living in Ballard was overwhelmingly big. So I ended up purchasing this, like, I guess it's kind of like a garment rack. It's like a shelving system garment rack. It's got 2 drawers down here instead, and so I had to consolidate almost everything I have, but I love it because it's got these like hooks on them, so I can hang my like purses up. This is fabric I use for my like flat lays or things I need to photograph. And then up here I've stored like headbands, hats, my purse, and then I hang my robe here for when I'm like just getting out of bed. And then this is my side of the bed. I love having the wireless desktop charger. And then, of course, my She Reads Truth Bible. I do have another Bible that I actually use to Bible study, but I do like to write and journal in that one. And then also, I think my Bible journal is right next to it, just in case I need to write anything down that inspires me. And then this is our closet. It's very itty bitty. I think it looked a lot bigger in the apartment tours, but yeah, it's really not that much space. So that's why it's side over there. We've got like all of his Navy uniforms, or I think this is his tux too. Yeah, that's his tux, and his khakis and stuff. And then we have guest linens up there. And then a few other important goodies that I have up there. I ended up adding a rack so that I could have a second row down here to store more stuff. And then I put in like this square shelf here so that I could store, it's kind of hard to see, but so I can store like scarves, our linen, socks, and whatnot. And then I ended up just opening the door and shoving it up against the wall here. And I put my shoe rack over here because I don't know where else to put stuff. As you guys have already seen most of this apartment, like where am I gonna store all my shoes? So yeah, this is what we did. We have to make do with what we have in the small space. So now coming out of the closet, and I love that we have this view. I know it's nothing like super spectacular because it's a parking lot, but when the sun rises and sets, it's really pretty actually. This is, like I said, our dresser. I organized everything. Wyatt is not into organization at all. As long as it fits and he can find it, he's good to rock and roll. So I went ahead and organized this for him, and he's not the best at maintaining it. So I go through it and I refold everything for him. But before I go through that dresser, what we actually store and what's a mess down here is our red light machine. We do red light therapy, and the reason this is here is because it normally like hangs up on the back of the door, but I don't want to lift this and hang it up when Wyatt's not home because it's actually really heavy. But red light therapy is so good for you, so we're so excited to have one of those. We try to do it like once or twice a week each. So this is, yeah, this dresser basically belongs to Wyatt because he needed all the storage that he could get. So yeah, those are his socks, his work t-shirts here that he wears under his flight suit, and then these are his casual t-shirts. He is a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops type of guy, but given that we live in Seattle, he's more t-shirt, jeans, and I don't know, tennis shoes. So this ends up becoming a little bit of my filming space. Now we're going to Wyatt's side of the bed. So this is his side. So this is the bedroom. I was so excited to redesign because he had a big brown bed frame and I just wasn't too in love with it. So I ended up redesigning everything. I got most of this, so like those nightstands I actually got from Target, and I will link everything in the description below. These I got from, these decorative pillows I got from Etsy. The sheets I think are like Ralph Lauren or something, but I've had most of them for a while except for the pillowcases. I do buy expensive pillowcases because those are the ones that you know, your face touches and your hair touches. So I think it's actually contributes to your overall well-being when you do invest in some nice pillowcases. So this is the bedroom. Time to take Wappy up for a potty break. Wappy. I just realized there was something else I wanted to show you guys, and it is now nighttime, so now at least you get to see the lights in action. Instead of putting table lamps on our nightstands, I installed these like art type of like light installations. So that's what's up there now, but I did want to share with you this space down here, our nightstands. We ended up having to use it for more than just, I don't know, junk storage. So I organized my glass or sunglasses with these like jewelry holders. I just took out all the slots and put them in there. And then I have like a book that I use as part of Bible studying, an extra wallet. And this is my motion sickness band, which I've shared on Instagram. And then some eye covers for sleeping. And then down here is actually where I store all my jewelry. I wish it was a little bit more snug. So yeah, these are the same jewelry holders that are up here for my sunglasses, but these ones, most of them have the slots in them. This has kind of moved around a lot, but those are like necklaces. Here's some earrings. some more bigger statement earrings. These are some of my like precious bracelets. I am wearing one of them, and then this was a jade bracelet actually from my grandmother. So yeah, that is what is in the nightstand. This is basically kind of like a junk box. It's storing, like, I stacked up my Back to Mac stuff in this like Lululemon bag, but I have a book here. This is holding some buttons. I have my other Bible down there and some notebooks, and then my aromatherapy and kinesio tape and lotion down here, because this is something I do like to do aromatherapy, so I usually get that going almost every night before I go to bed, and it's easy access having it down here underneath the nightstand. But let's go do Wyatt's nightstand. All right, so this is Wyatt's side of the bed. Same nightstand. His box, I'm not gonna go through, it literally is junk. He likes to like just kind of leave his clothes wherever, so I told him to just stuff it in here. So it's not in photographs when I'm shooting at the mirror, and it's not on the ground, but his is similar. This might be interesting for some of you. This actually used to be my jewelry holder, and I was not fond of it being black, but then I was like, I don't really want to get rid of it. So what I did with it was I turned it into like a tray for all of Wyatt's patches that he can use, that he accumulated over the years of, I think, being in flight school and advanced training and then in the squadron. So that's what that is. And then here is his jewelry collection. Not a lot. This is his wedding band, which actually was his dad's. This is his Clemson ring, his watch, and then extra pair of retainers, glasses, and then he also has a remote for his side of the bed for the lamp. So that is Wyatt's side of the bed. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the apartment tour today. It was so exciting to get to share the space with you guys and how I ended up redecorating it. It's something like I really enjoy doing, is decorating spaces and being creative like that. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, because I will be sharing more fun things with you guys, including where we are going next. Like, wait, what? We just moved in here. We're going somewhere already? So Wyatt and I did get the orders for the next place that we're headed. So make sure to stay tuned. I'll be talking about 1, where we're going, 2, how much longer we have left in Seattle, and 3, what is military PCSing. So I haven't shared a lot about what it's like being a military spouse, but it's something I do want to talk about a lot more, because I felt so blindsided going into everything, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it was totally fine. You have friends and resources to help you figure it out along the way. But I did find it helpful, like with anything in life, going to other resources outside of friends and family, because sometimes they have other insights that your friends and family don't know. So I will be sharing all of that coming up soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. If there's anything you guys want to know, make sure to leave it in the comments below or DM me on Instagram. It's been a real pleasure, and I will catch you guys soon. Bye.